Welcome to Astro Live for our month of September 2021. Welcome, welcome. We have a lot to discuss tonight, lots going on this month. We have the new moon in Virgo for all the Virgos and Pisceans. It's an earth sign favorable with Capricorns, and the Mercury will go retro at the end of September and go into Libra till October 18th. Hello, Katie. Hello, Beverly. Howdy, howdy. Come on in, come on in. Thank you, Katie. You're so sweet. So let's dive into this news because we have a lot to cover. And then, of course, we want to do our mini readings. So we're going to start with the Capricorns as usual. And Cappies, you have, hi Jen, good to see you. Tina, Shay, Ho, Judy, hello, good to see you. And we're going to start with our Capricorns now, and then we'll go around. I'm going to spend about maybe 3 minutes on each sign. So by the time we get to Cancer, it should be 18 minutes in. All right, the sun is in Virgo for the whole world. Yay. We are coming into the fall. That makes everything nicer, I think, weather-wise. I think we've all had to, suffer a lot this summer with all the humidity. It's been raining a lot down here in Virginia Beach, but now that Labor Day is over, it's 9 months of having the boardwalk to ourselves and the beaches to ourselves, so it makes it very, very nice. So for the Cappies, the sun is in Virgo, and it will be in your 9th house. 9th house is all about publishing, long-distance travel. It could be a marriage house. It means long distance. It means higher education. So a lot of the Capricorns will be putting their emphasis on this area. And then on September 22nd, hello, Olga. Hello. The dynamics will switch. The subject will switch to the 10th house of career. So all that publishing, marketing, whatever you're doing in the 9th house, Capricorn will, hi, Linda. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All that publishing and marketing that the Capricorn is doing in the 9th house will make a big effort when they splash into the 10th house after the 22nd in the career. So most of the focus this month for Capricorns will be in the 9th house of long distance affairs, the higher subconscious, and travel, long distance travel. Now the new moon was on the 6th of this month, and that was in Virgo. So all the Virgos and Pisces are getting a lot of activity right now. That will continue, I promise you. And the new moon, you know how I always tell you, 24 hours before new moon, you always put your wishes, write them down in a satchel and put it away in the drawer, and wait till the full moon, which this month will be on the 21st. And hi, Christina, Teresa, wow. We're really getting a good number here. Great. So, I always say to put your wishes away, and then by the new moon, the full moon, which is on the 22nd of this month in Pisces, by the way, all you Pisces and Virgos are really lapping it up right now. I know Katie and Bev are happy. You will see the resolve of what you wanted to see at the new moon, which was on the 6th. Now the sun and Mars will get together this month, and that's a blast of energy. That's really, really good. And that's going to happen after the 14th. For the Capricorn, it will be in first your 9th house till the 14th. Again, a publishing, long distance affairs, marketing. It can be a wedding sometimes. To the 10th house, which is your reputation and your career. So that Mars is going to give you that get up and go to put toward your career. And Mercury in Libra is going to go retrograde at the end of this month and go until October 18th. Now, a lot of astrologers say the 18th. I know different. It's really till almost the end of the month. But we won't tell anyone because people get too upset. But that's the astrologer's little secret. It's always longer than what they tell you. So it really isn't October 18th when it ends. It's more like the 27th of October. But you know what a Mercury retrograde does? It really, brings technical stuff, makes it kafooey, makes schedules crazy. I always say don't change your hair color, don't do anything to your hair during a Mercury retrograde. Again, those dates will be the 14th to, the end of the September to probably almost the end of October. Technical stuff goes awry, communications go crazy, schedules with airports and travel goes awry. So it really is not a good time to make a move or sign important documents. You just don't want to do that. The Venus will go into Scorpio for the Capricorn. It will be in your 11th house of friendships, and that will happen on September 21st. Right now it's in your 10th house of career. You should be making a lot of money in your career. Thank you. And the 11th house could be that with Scorpio, it's very intense. It's very black and white. So it's very intense. Hi, Martha. I see you creeping in there. And it will be in the 11th house. Now, that could mean a love affair from a friend. And that could be you have a friendship, but then it goes into a more intense sexual love affair. So that could happen this month for the Capricorn. That might be a little different than all that work that you've been doing. And then the full moon is in Pisces at the end of the month. Hi, Martha. Hi, Josh. Good to see you. Ooh la la, yes. And it'll be in Pisces in your 11th house of friendships. So that full moon will bring the resolve of that new moon that we had on the 6th. All right, Aquarius and Aquarius rising, your ruler is Uranus, and right now Uranus is transiting in Taurus, and Taurus is all about family in the home. So that could be quick moves, sudden moves. Everything is sudden with Uranus. So that could mean sudden moves. It could be a pregnancy in the family. I heard of one today. She had Uranus hitting her son, and she found out that she was pregnant. When I say son, I mean the son, not her baby child son. And so Uranus can be very surprising. And the sun is in Virgo, as I said, for the world. It happens every time this year. The sun goes into Virgo, so that's very good for Martha. I know that it's good for Katie, and it's good for Bev and some others that I don't see Bobby today, but it's very good for all of you with that new moon in Virgo too. So for the Aquarius, it's going to hit you in your 8th house. The 8th house is all about endings and new beginnings. It's all about, hi Rita. It's all about endings and new beginnings. It's all about money that you joint venture with other people. Yeah, Jen, we're going to get to Aries in a few. The 8th house is all about, it can be psychic house, it can be a healing house. So that's primarily for the Aquarians, what you're going to be dealing with this month because of the sun in Virgo. But it would be, Virgo is a business sun. It's a career sun. So, nope, no, Teresa, you didn't miss Libra yet. That's a long ways away. Go rest. Come back. And the Mercury will be going retrograde, like I said, at the end of September and into probably the end of October. So that's going to retrograde for the Aquarian in the ninth house of long distance affairs, marketing, this type of thing. Marketing, it can be the super subconscious, it can be education far away, it can be long distance travel. So when that Mercury goes retrograde, it's going to undo everything that you've been trying to do in those areas. And then it will go direct again on October 18th. We really know it will go direct after that. But, you know, astrologers like to keep you happy and not have to, you know, make you suffer that long. The Mars will be in Virgo, as it is for all the whole world, so that really helps out the Virgos and the Pisceans with a lot of energy, a lot of oomph, a lot of jajum. And that will be between September 14th to the 15th. And for the Aquarian, right now it's in your 8th house of joint resources and beginnings and endings, and psychic house and healing house. But it is going to, after the 14th, go for 2 months in the 9th house, which will be your long distance affairs, your travel, your long distance travel, marketing, higher education, all of that kind of thing, everything at a distance. So you will enjoy that, because Mars is going to hit the sun. Then it's going to, hi Deb, good to see you. It's going to hit the sun, and then it's going to hit Mercury, all in Virgo. It has been doing that in Virgo. Lots going on in Virgo right now. So you should have a lot of activity, all you Virgos. I know Deb, you're one. And then Mars will move after the 14th into Libra. So the Librians, half this month, are going to get a lot of action. And that would also, I think, help you out, Jen, because you're an Arian. All right, the Venus for the Aquarian is going to go into Scorpio, as it will for the world. That's a lot of intimacy. Scorpio is very dark. Scorpio is very intense, deep, a lot of sex. So for the Aquarian, it will be in your 10th house of career and reputation. So that might be you meet somebody in the work situation that you decide that you would like a rendezvous with. And that will also affect the Leos. So, because the Leo is opposite the Aquarian, that full moon is going to hit in Pisces. That will help you out too, Virgos, at the end of this month. And it's going to be in your 12th house, Aquarians. That's the shadow house. And that's where things are unseen. So that could be a big surprise or a big secret that comes to be revealed for you. All right, Pisces and Pisces rising. All right, the sun is in Virgo, as we said, as it happens every year at this time. The sun for the Piscean is going to be in the 7th house in Virgo. That's partnerships. When I say partnerships, usually it's a marital partner. If you're not married, you could find one. If you are married, it will get better. That sun puts a lot of vavum on to whatever it touches. So then on the 22nd of this month, it's going to move into your 8th house of joint resources. And it's a psychic house also. It's new beginnings and endings. So that could be that maybe you are getting married, and then in the middle of the month, you decide how are you going to make your money matters count. How are you going to do your bank account together? Now, if you're not married, you could meet somebody, or it could even be a business partner, because it is Virgo. Virgo is business and career. So, it could be that. The new moon in Virgo that hit on the 6th, that's very powerful moon. By the way, that's going to be the best moon we have this year. So Virgos and Pisces are really, really going to feel that extra jajum by the end of this month. Remember that new moon holds that energy, and for the Pisces, it's holding it, and the Virgo, it's holding it for the 7th house of partnerships. So you could very well meet somebody this month, and it could lead to a wedding. It's a good time for that. All right, the Mercury is in Libra, okay? And on the 26th of this month, it's going to go Mercury retro. That fouls up communications and makes travel crazy. Don't do anything to your hair. Don't sign any contracts. That could be a terrible thing for you. So don't be doing that. But it will go direct again on October 18th, but it really won't be out of the Mercury retro till really the end of the month on October. So for the Piscean, it will be in your 8th house, again, of joint resources, bank accounts, anything you owe people. And that Mercury retro could delay or, kind of mess things up for you in the month. Maybe you get maybe it messes up your bank account and you have to go to the bank and get that straightened out. Or maybe your work messes up one of your paychecks. That would be significant of a Mercury retrograde in action for the 8th house. If you are married, perhaps your husband or wife takes out more money from your bank account than what you thought, and you find that out. Your Mars for the Piscean is going to be in Libra after the 14th. Right now it's in your 7th house of marriage. It could cause friction in those areas. So if you are married, you probably would hope that you're not. Because the Mars sometimes brings friction in partnerships. But after the 14th to October 30th, it's going to move into your 8th house. Mars is ambitious, it's rebellious, it wants to push, it wants to give, and the 8th house is all about, again, new beginnings and endings, joint resources, money, real estate, taxes, anything to do with what you owe someone else. So Mars is going to push that. It's going to hit the sun in your Libra, and it could be partnering with somebody else with their money. That looks like the whole thing for the Piscean and the Virgo is about partnership and joint resources, planning your money together. And that Venus in Scorpio, which is intense, dark, very intimate, very sexual, will be in your 9th house, Pisces, of long-distance affairs. Maybe you're going to visit somebody and you get very intimate with them. Or maybe it is you're on the internet and they're at a distance and you meet them through the internet. That could be very, very possible. Hi, Sherry. Haven't seen you for a while. So that could be very, very possible that happens, that you're on, a Zoom or something like that. You meet somebody that way. All right. For Aries and Aries rising, now we get to you, Jen, so wake up. Aries and Aries rising, your ruler is Mars. And hi, Deb. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Hope you have a glass of wine like the rest of us. The Aries rising is ruled by Mars. Mars is get up and go. It's very rambunctious, very rebellious, can cause friction. So your Mars right now is in Libra, in your 7th house of partnership. There could be a little friction with that. Libra is partner. So if you are married, maybe you wish that you aren't with that friction coming up, or, it's kind of irritability, but it can be good. It can be very sexual. The sun is in Virgo, as it is every time this year, for all the Virgos and all the Pisces. that shines the light on your 6th house right now of everyday affairs and your work and health. And it's going to move on the 22nd to your 7th house of partnership, marriage. And being in Virgo, it might also be business partnerships. So that could be very, very possible. The new moon is in Virgo, and that new moon was on the 6th. So if you had any wishes, wait till the full moon on the 22nd, where those wishes can be revealed to you and however it was supposed to be. Your Mercury is in the 7th house. Mercury is what we put our focus on all month, and your focus is going to be on the 7th house of partnership matters. So Jen, if you are married, you're going to do a lot with your partner. If you're not, you could come into a partnership, okay? So a lot of emphasis for you this month will definitely be on the partnership house. And because it's in Virgo, it could very well be that you could meet a partner in work, or you could, you know, be working with a person and you suddenly decide that that's the one for you. You know, it's like love. Let's see where your Venus is, because that rules love and romance and money, and it's in Scorpio like it is for the world right now. It will go into Scorpio on the 14th of this month, so we're really not that far away from that switchover. It will go until October 7th in your 8th house of intimacy, sex. It's a psychic house, it's a psychological house, and it's also reserved for money, what you owe other people. So it may very well be that maybe you're, oh, I'm sorry, Jen, he just passed. Oh, gosh. Well, then this is true to form, because you would be dealing with money in Scorpio in your 8th house, because 8th house can be also inheritance and monies that are owed. I don't know if you're doing the estate, but this makes sense, you know. I'm very, very sorry. I know the group is too. Our condolences for sure. And then that full moon on the 21st is going to be in Pisces. And that's going to be in your 2nd house. Again, making sense, Jen, that you are dealing with a lot of money matters, probably. And I hope they end well for you, you know. We can do a question later and see what happens. Taurus and Taurus rising. The sun is in Virgo, as it is for the whole world right now. Virgo is a business sign. It's a career sign. So that Virgo for you, for Taurus is ruled by Venus anyway. So that's good with money. So the money situation, you know, should be really, really good. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. Aho, Ashe. The new moon is going to be in Virgo in the 5th house. The sun in Virgo is going to be in your 6th house and 5th house. 5th is romance. 5th is love. Okay, Jen's saying he was a Taurus. Wow. Well, it was that Uranus that did it, Jen. You know, Uranus hit, and Uranus is surprise in the home and family. I'm sorry it was that way. But for the Taurian, the sun is in Virgo in the 5th and 6th house. On the 22nd, it goes into the 6th house. The 5th is all about romance, children, adventure, fun, games, sports. And then on the 22nd, it will shift into 6th house matters, which is health and everyday occurrences, career, you know, that kind of thing. So there is going to be that shift. Now, the new moon we already had in Virgo on the 6th, but that will hold its energy for everybody for a whole month until we get to the next new moon in 30 days from now. But for the Taurus, it would be in the 5th house of love, romance, children. It's going to move all that. It's going to hold that energy. So that's going to be very, very good for you. Your Mercury is in Libra. It's going to shift into Libra on the 14th. We don't have too long to go for that. Libra is all about partnership, fairness. It's a legal sign. A lot of Librians are lawyers. It will shift into your 6th house. 6th house again is health, career, and also it is work. It's a career sign. So when it goes retrograde at the end of September, it's going to do a number on all of that. It could be that you find out, something's wrong medically. And by the way, if it is that, by the time it goes direct on 10/30, it will be okay. So remember me telling you that if you find out you have a medical problem, it will turn out it's okay by the time Mercury goes direct. But Mercury in retrograde, this is our second one of the year, and our next one will be in December, our last one. But it usually fouls up communication, technology. Because it's in Libra, it could have something to do with a partner in you. Maybe you converse on Zoom or Skype, and maybe you can't get a hold of them for somehow during that Mercury retrograde. It would undo what you're trying to do. I would not be signing papers during a Mercury retrograde, and I'm serious about that. I have seen many, many people move on a Mercury retrograde or buy a house on a Mercury retrograde, and it's the worst purchase that they've ever made. So believe me, I have seen it all with these Mercury retrogrades, and I've been doing astrology for 35 years. Your Venus for the Taurus will be in Scorpio, which it is for the world at this time. And it will be in your 7th house of marriage and partnership. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is the sign of death and rebirth. It's a dark sign. However, it's very black and white, and it's very intense, very sexual, very intimate, and very good workers. Scorpios are one of the best workers of the zodiac. So that Venus will be in the partnership house for you, Taurus. So you should do very well with business partners. And if you are married, you will have a lot of intimacy. If you're not married, you will find someone that will be capable of that. So that's good news. The full moon is in Pisces on the 21st of this month. And Pisces rules money. And Pisces is good for career. So you will do very well with that on that full moon. Plus, it's in your 3rd house of the environment, the local area. So if you're working, you'll be working in your locale. You won't have to work far away. And the 3rd house can be with siblings. So maybe you have a business going with your sibling, or you're working on a project with your sibling. I'm sorry, it's siblings. Yeah, siblings, I'm right. It's brothers and sisters. So it could also mean locale, and it can be your environment and lots of communication. All right, Gemini and Gemini rising, you're ruled by Mercury. You will be affected by this Mercury retrograde, just like the Virgos will, because both of you are ruled by Mercury. You're ruled by Mercury, so we'll have that Mercury retro. So what it will mean for you guys is that you'll just be doing a lot of review for the last 8 weeks when it hits. And again, that hits on the 14th of this month and goes for usually, I say 6 weeks, but most astrologers would just tell you a month. I've seen retros go for 8 weeks, so it kind of depends. Let's just say it goes till the end of October. But the Geminis are going to deal with it more, and so are the Virgos. Now, the sun for the Gemini is all about love and children, and the sun in Virgo will be in your 5th house of love and children, recreation, sports, all of that good stuff. So it should be a happy month for you. Most of your focus is going to be on all of that. The new moon that hit in Virgo on the 6th, which Virgo is business, is going to be in your 4th house, Geminis. And I think, Mike, you're a Gemini, aren't you? From what I remember, you're a Gemini. The new moon will be in your 4th house of family and home. That means that you could buy a house, you could move, you could rent some new digs, you could possibly go into business or do more in the home in your business. And I know you bake so a lot, so you're a great baker. So that might mean that maybe you're doing more instruction from the home, or maybe on Zoom with your baking. The Mercury in Libra is going to affect you. Libra is partnership. It's going to affect you in your 5th house of love and romance. That could bring in definitely a new romance for you. It's about children also. It might have something to do with your partnership, an ex-partnership in your child. But when it retros, remember the retro takes you back. You don't make progress. So it's going to retro, that Mercury will retro. It's what you put your focus on 9/14, and will end on around, I say, the end of October. It's going to be in your 5th house. So if your love affair that you start kind of gets a little wonky at that time, just let it go. It's going to behave after it goes direct after, well, they say the 18th. It does go direct after the 18th, but it really doesn't go back until where it was until about the, that's part of October. So Mars will be in Libra. There's a lot going into Libra now. Virgos and Librians right now. Hi, Kimberly. Mars in Libra right now should be activating the Librian. Deb, I know that's going to activate you a lot. It hasn't even started yet. But when Mars gets into Libra, that's get up and go. Get off your tush. Let's get moving. It's like a pitchfork in the rear. So for the Gemini, it's going to be in your 5th house of love affairs. That could mean intimacy. It could be more fun with your children or child. It could be having more fun in partnerships. That could even be business partnerships for you. And your Venus will be in Scorpio. And Scorpio, again, is very intense, intimate, dark. It's black and white. It kind of ensues a lot of sex. So that will be in your 6th house for the Gemini. The 6th house is career. You could meet somebody from your career that, is attracted to you, maybe. It also rules health. So it could be a health problem in that area of the genitalia. Venus is your love, passion, and desire, and money. So it could very well be that you could find a lot of money in your career this month. I think it's a good month so far for everybody. The full moon in Pisces will affect you, the Gemini, in your 9th house. 9th house is at a distance. It's long-range affairs, weddings. It could be publishing, marketing at a distance, writing a book. If you're planning to write a book, Mike, that would be great. It would be great for that. So We'll see on the 21st what that full moon appears, but Pisces, it would have something to do with your money, and it will be great. All right, Leo and Leo rising. Your ruler is the sun. That helps to keep you vital all the time. Your vitality is always soaring. I don't really ever see a sick Leo. You know, Leos benefit from the sun very well. And your sun is in Virgo, Leos. So that is in your second house right now on money. Virgo is a business sign. So you would probably do very well all month with your money. And then on the 22nd, it's going to move to your third house in Libra. So that would be more about partnering with siblings, ensuing a partnership with someone in the locale that you live. Third house can also be a lot of communications with a partnership. Leo is about partners and friends anyway. And right now you have Jupiter opposing your sign, which is very, very nice. So that could be travel with a partner. The new moon is in Virgo, as it's benefiting right now, all Virgos and all Pisceans. And it is in your second house. And we had the new moon on the 6th. So by the full moon, you will see what that was bringing in. The second house is about money, finances, what people owe you. If you've had a long-standing situation with the person that owes you money, you could very well retrieve it this month. That would be really, really good. Your Mercury is in Libra, and that starts on the end of this month. Starts that Mercury retro, which I said is devastating for communication, technology, travel. Don't sign anything. Don't do anything to your hair. You will hate it. Buy a wig if you must change the hair, okay? And that's going to be in the Leo's third house of siblings, communication, and environment. So that could be a lot of communications with your sisters and brothers. When it goes retro, you're not going to hear much from them. But then after, when it goes direct, after the 18th, you will. So the Mars, which is the ramrod planet that gets the get up and go, the pitchfork in the rear, is in Libra. Goes into Libra on the 14th, Deb. So that's going to be that pitchfork in the rear that you need to get going and moving. It's going to be in your third house with siblings, locale that you're living in now. And also lots of communication, lots of marketing, lots of communications. Mars will do the get up and go for you that you need. And it's going to hit the sun. That's more vitality. That's more oomph. And zoom. And then that Venus is in Scorpio for the Leo, which is a partnership house anyway. That Venus is in the Venus is your money, desires, and love, and it is in Scorpio. So Scorpio is very intense, lots of intensity, lots of sex, and that will be in your fourth house, Leo, of family and home. So hey, lots of sex in the home. What's wrong with that? And it could be, that possibly too, you might buy a new house or move into a new home, or maybe you're working on your home, and you have the sex as a pastime. Well, Rita, I guess you're going to work harder, right? But how do you like all the intimacy? That sounds pretty good. You might find it even on the job. The full moon is in Pisces, in money, so the money should be pretty good. And it's in your sixth house of career, health, and also the sixth house is What else is a sixth house? I know there's a third thing. Sixth house is everyday affairs. Yeah, on your everyday affairs. So when that new moon hits on the 21st, you could get maybe some more money. Maybe you get a raise or something like that. But that would be very, very good. I think it's going to affect your career. Virgo and Virgo rising, this also affects the Pisces. You are ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is going to go retro at the end of this month. That will affect you. It will make you want to review the last 8 weeks, dot your I's and cross your T's, and make sure that everything is correct before you start your new chapter. Okay? Because your sun has hit your sun this month. It is causing a lot of busyness, a lot of activity, lots going on for the Virgos, and then mid-month, lots going on starting with the Librians. The new moon is in Virgo. That's in your first house. Same with the sun. First house is all about the personal side of yourself. It's about you. Maybe you're doing more for yourself. Maybe you're getting a massage. Maybe you're, in the business world, you're finally seeing the fruits of your labor pay off. If you're not employed, maybe you feel like, getting a job. Maybe you start doing more things for yourself. Maybe you, like I said, now that the beach is empty, the boardwalk's empty, you can bet I'm going to start walking on it and doing more on the beach. But I would say that for the Virgo, you are starting to finally think about yourself and catch your breath. And the same for you, Pisceans. Now, the Mercury in Libra will go retrograde, as I said, at the end of the month. And that's going to affect your second house of money, Virgos. So don't get alarmed. You should have been doing very well in the last couple months with money, because you had Jupiter in Pisces, and that's your opposite. You had Jupiter in Pisces. So since really the spring, you should have been doing very, very well. You'll continue to do well this month, but when Mercury goes retro at the end of the month to October 18th, you might see, a delay. You might see a delay, or your communications go awry, or your technology goes kaput, or you need a new computer, or, things just aren't lining up like they were. Now, don't panic. Don't panic. It's the Mercury retrograde in action. So what you do is you just say, okay, well, this is a little respite for me. I'm going to go and do all the personal things that I've always wanted to do. Get the massage, get the pedicure, do everything that you want to do for yourself. And then that time will go by, and then again, you're going to do fine with the money. So don't get alarmed. And that goes for the Pisces too. Now your Mars, again, the get up and go, the pitchfork in the rear. Yeah, Martha, don't panic, okay? The Mars in Libra is in your second house, and the second house is all about money. Again, so don't panic. You've got the Mars from the 14th to with the Sun and colliding with Mercury in Libra. That could be partnering with money somehow, or you meet somebody and they have money. That would be nice for you, Deb. That will both Debs, that would be nice. We have two Debs here that could affect. The Venus in Scorpio, which is dark and deep, and Venus is, yeah, Deb, thumbs up. Venus is your desire and what you want, and it's your love, and it's your money, and it's your, it's everything you desire. It's going to be in that deep, dark sign of Scorpio, which is very intense, very dark, very sexual, very intimate. And it's going to hit you, Virgos, in your third house of brothers and sisters. It could be in the general locale that you live. I've always told you it's going to be on that boardwalk. And it would be the general locale and a lot of communication. So once you meet that person, there'll be a lot of communication going on. The full moon hits in Pisces at the end of this month on the 21st. And for the Virgo, that's going to hit you in the 7th house of partnership. So Martha, you better, if you're going to get any money from Dave, it might be that you want to get it before the Mercury retro, stash it away. And then after the Mercury retro, it will be okay. But that's going to hit you in your partnership house in money. So like I say, things will be better after the Mercury retrograde for the Virgo. Okay, Libra and Libra rising. This would be Deborah. I don't know if anybody else is Libra. There probably is. On the 22nd, the sun is going to move into your sign. And when it does, it's going to hit you in your first house. The first house is all about you. It's all about your persona, who you are. It's your personal house, so you're going to take care of you for a change. It might mean that, oh, you, Teresa, you're a Libra too? Oh, good. It might mean that you are going to get the massage, you're going to get the pedicure, you're going to take a deep breath and go, oh, finally, this is my turn, you know? Right now, the sun in Virgo is in your 12th house of the shadow self, so you don't really know what's going on. That explains if you feel like, you know, everything's a secret and you have no clue of what's going on. That's why. Because the sun in Virgo, which is business and career, is in the 12th house of the shadow self. So it's not displaying you anything. So you're probably scratching your head about, you know, and I know you are, what the hey is going on. So when it goes, your promise is when it goes into the 22nd, September 22nd, it moves. It's going to shift the energy to the first house. And that's all about you. And that's all about you and what you want, finally. The new moon is in Virgo. And that was on the 6th. And it holds a promise for a whole month. And for you, is in the 12th house. That would be things that you don't know. It's secrets. It's hidden behind you. So as the new moon opened up, it disclosed any secrets or things that you didn't know that was going behind your back. Now, the Mercury is where you're putting your focus, and the Mercury is in Libra, and it's going, at the end of this month, it's going to go retrograde. So that is going to affect you because it's in your sign. Libra is all about partnerships. It's all about fairness, legal matters, things like that. But it's in your first house. So it's all about you, and it's all about the things that you desire. However, when it goes retro, from the 22nd to the 26th to the 18th of October, you're going to have a little havoc. Things are going to get a little awry. Don't sign any contracts during that time. Hold off. Don't make any big hoopla plans. They're probably not going to work out. I would not move during those dates. I would hold off or move before, you know. Mars in Libra is the ramrod of the planets. It's the pitchfork in the rear. And it's going to go into your first house. And it will go on the 14th, which is in a couple days from now. When it does, you're going to feel that oomph. You're going to feel that va-voom. You're going to feel that ooh la la, that, you know, jajoom. finally, because it's been in your 12th house in the last month. Again, things you can't see, things you can't tell, secrets, things going on behind your back. Now everything is being revealed to you. And remember, adversity is sometimes our best friend. If you don't like what's happening, adversity is pushing you forward to say, I'm out of here. So the Venus is the desire and the money, and where that is in your second house of finances. That's going to be very good for you. It's in Scorpio. You could find a job. You could find a love through some kind of financial means, maybe going to the bank or buying a house or doing something with real estate, renting. But you could meet somebody doing that, or it could mean that you're coming into money, you know? So that looks very, very good. And then the full moon is in Pisces, and that's a money house, and that's on the 21st, 22nd of this month. That's going to be in your 8th house of old endings and new beginnings. And that 8th house is also what people owe you. It can also be taxes. It can be legal situations. But everything would come to a forefront by the full moon. So that's going to be on the 26th. All right, Scorpio and Scorpio rising. You finally get it, don't you, Olga? I don't know who else is a Scorpio here. But hi, Muddy. How are you? Aho. Okay, Scorpio rising. Your ruler is Pluto. And Pluto is the life and death planet. It's a transformer, that nasty little planet far away. But it's the most powerful one we have. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Sorry that you missed Capricorn. You'll have to watch the rerun. But good things for Cappies. The Scorpio rising, your ruler Pluto is in Capricorn right now, and it won't get out of Capricorn, unfortunately, for the Capricorns and for the Cancers until April of 2024. So you have 2 more years of it, but it should be rebirthing for you, not deathing. You already went through the deathing process. Now you're going through the rebirthing process of it all. And by the spring of 2024, all Capricorns and all Sagittarius and Scorpios will see a whole different life in front of them. It will be totally different and something that you would have never imagined. And it started in 2008, this process with Pluto trying to transform everything in Capricorn. And for the world, it's been transforming the government and all systems around the world. So by spring of 2024, the whole world will be very, very different, and that's the way it's going to stay, because Pluto has done its job in all the transformance of government and leadership and systems. And to me, it's going all back to the people. That's what I see happening. All the leadership, all the elite go bye-bye, and all the leadership starts going to regular folk like you and me, and especially women. There will be a lot of women getting seats in the government in 2022. Women are starting to take over. All right, so Scorpio rising, your sun is in Virgo, as it is for the whole world, and it's in the 12th house right now of shadow self, things you can't see. It would be meditation. It would be things you do alone, by yourself. That would be, like sports or working out or meditation, things like that. It's business, so it could be even that you're doing your business alone, or maybe at home on a computer. And then it's on the 21st, it's going to shift its energy into the first house of you, yourself, and be very personal. It's going to be everything that you want to do business-wise. It all comes alive, and you're setting new goals and new goes for the forefront for your business. Now, the Mercury is in Libra, and that is your focus. For the world, it will be the focus on partnerships. And for you, Scorpio, will be in your 12th house of the shadow self. I want to be alone, you know. So you're probably with a partner. You may not want to watch TV with your partner if you're married. You may want to do more things by yourself. You might start a hobby that doesn't include your partner. Or it could bring up secrets with the partnership. You know, it might be your secrets or their secrets. I don't know who, but it certainly could. But that Mercury will go retrograde on the 26th of this month and go until the 18th of October, where it will go direct again. And you will have problems or setbacks and delays in wanting to do things by yourself. You might be thirsting for a bubble bath for a week and you just can't get it through the Mercury retrograde. It could be also that partnership, in your partnership, if you have one, communication goes awry. It may be that if you don't have a partnership, you may get one, but it comes up through a secret situation. Maybe some friends have you go on a blind date with somebody they want you to meet. That could be very possible. Your Mars is in Libra. That's the Ramrod planet. That's the Vavavoom planet. And that's in your 12th house. So again, that would be sports, working out, doing things that you want to do alone. It just might be that you just feel like you want to be selfish and be by yourself a lot. But Libra is a partnership house. It's also a legal house. So it may be that you want to, again, do things that just don't include your partner. And it could be okay with them. It doesn't mean that you're going for a divorce or anything like that. It just means that you may choose to do things this month that don't necessarily include your partner. Now, Venus in Scorpio, Venus is desire, money, love, romance, intimacy. And it's going to be in Scorpio, which is very deep, intense. And for the Scorpio, be in your first house of your personal needs, wants, and desires. So I would be playing the Powerball if I were you, Scorpios, all month, because Venus in your first house could mean that you could get a big win. It could be, you know, that you're desiring a lot of intimacy and this month, and that you know, you start kind of vocalizing what you need to your partner, you know, that you may want more. The full moon in Pisces, Pisces is a business house, and it's also money that people owe you. The full moon will be in Pisces on the 21st, and for the Scorpio, it will be in your 9th house of long distance travel. It may be that the full moon brings up a trip for you. And now that you could go on with your partner. It is in Pisces. It could be a business trip that you make money on. Maybe your company wants you to go somewhere and learn something, but you know, they're paying for you to do it. That would be great. It could also mean dealing with Skype or Zoom, but remember, through the Mercury retro, you're going to have problems with technology. So just be careful and make sure that your computer is running tip-top shape. Clean it out, you know. But something should come up with the travel, I would think, for the Scorpio at the end of this month. And it could be a secret. Maybe your partner is missing you with all that 12th house secret activity that you've been doing, and says, hey, I miss you, let's do a trip. We haven't seen each other that much this month. So it could be all that. Now, if you don't have a partner, then the likelihood is you could meet one on travel, and that would be great. All right, we're at Sag. I don't know that we have Sages here. I know Jen usually is with us, but I don't see her tonight. Let's see. Okay, Sag and Sag Rising, you're ruled by Jupiter. You have had kind of a bipolar existence in the last year because your Jupiter, your ruler, which is good luck. Everybody wants Jupiter. If I come back in this life, I want to be a Sag, so I can have that Jupiter. The Jupiter means travel and expansion. So the Jupiter for the Sag right now is in the first house of Aquarius, and that's all about friendships, gatherings, social justice, things like that. And it's going to be there till December, and then it's going to move back into Pisces. All you Pisces, Virgos, and Aquarians are going to luck out after December because Jupiter, which is good luck, will be in Pisces until next June. That is wonderful. You already had it for 2 months in May and June, if you can think of what was going on then. It was a little sneak preview of what's about to happen, but it will go fully, and it's going to resolve what you saw in that sneak peek. It will go fully into Pisces, and it's going to be very good for the whole world with the economy and money. All signs are going to benefit. I know when it went into my sign, wow, I had so many readings. I just wish that I could duplicate myself, get my twin to do some of the readings, So everybody is going to benefit when Pisces, but especially Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgos. Okay, so the sun is in Virgo, as we know, and for the Sag, it's in your 10th house right now. 10th is career. 10th is your reputation, how the world sees you. So on the 22nd of this month, it's going to roll into your 11th house of friendships and community endeavors, travel, and 11th house is clandestine affairs. It's the opposite of the 5th house. If you're writing a book, it would be that your book gets published. So some of you may have been writing a book, and this month finally a publisher notifies you that they want to publish your book. So yeah, all that work in the career, and then you're going to go, finally after the 22nd, you rest and you get involved with friendships and fun and travel. Now, the new moon was in Virgo also, and that also is in your 10th house of career. The new moon is the promise and holds that promise all month till it gets to the next new moon. So your career should be pretty good right now and on target. Mercury is in Libra. Libra is a partnership house. It also rules law and fairness and equalization and social justice. And it is in your 11th house of friendships. And bye, Kathy. Good night. It's in your house of friendships and community affairs, travel. It's also your hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future. So Mars in Libra in your 11th house will bring, and Mercury, they're both going to collide, by the way, with the sun. That's going to be a lot of going on with a partnership that it could be a friend. You might have a friend that turns into a partner. That's going to be very, very nice. You might have had a friendship for years, and then you suddenly discover that they're who you want to be with in a partnership. It could also be a business partnership, and that you will have that Mercury retro going until October 30th. So that might distance the friendship a little, but then after that direction, it goes and again direct after the 30th. Everything will go hunky-dory. Now you have Venus, the desire planet of money and love, and the desire. It's also a creative planet. It's in Scorpio. It's very deep, intense. It can be very dark. It's very sexual and a lot of intimacy, and that will be in your 12th house of hidden affairs, secrets. It might be that it comes in as a surprise to you. Remember, I was telling you that it might be a friendship that you have that suddenly turns into a partner, so that makes sense that it could be a romance in your 12th house that you don't know yet until it turns into the 14th of September and on till October 30th that you find out. So that's going to be good for the Sag. And then the full moon in Pisces will be in your 10th house, where you should do very well in your career this month. And the full moon brings up surprises and things you didn't know. So it really is a great month, I think, for everybody, really. The ones that, get a little bit more this month, of course, will be the Librians, the Pisceans, the Arians, and also the what did I say? Pisceans and Virgos. So that about wraps up our monthly wrap up with the astrology. Let's get into some questions that we have. Let's see if I can find some questions here. Christine, looks like a question. Let me see if I can find it again. I know you had a question, Christine, and then it just kind of went kafooey. I think it was something about money. Here it is. I was offered a new job promotion. How does that look for me, short and long term? Well, good for you. We're using the Celtic ring deck tonight. So I'm going to get 3 cards for you. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. And we're picking the first 3 cards of the deck. These are the cards that came up. What I'm seeing, Christine, is it's a hands-on job. It looks like some of it you'll be able to create for yourself. You should enjoy some independence in this job. After October, you could come into some more money with it. I don't know if you're working for a lady or not, but a lady is another lady is very dominant in the job, could be over you. I think you're going to like it. It's kind of weird at first. It's kind of strange, but then I think you're going to come into it and like it. And it looks like you could kind of invent the way you want it to be. Long range looks wonderful, because it looks like you're making it your own. I don't know if they have direct job duties or you're able to make the job, but I think you will. I think you'll make the job into how you want to do it, and I don't see people breathing down your neck. So I would say it's going to be very, very good for you, and I think that eventually you could make it into what you want it to be. So yeah, long term, looks good. All right. Let's see some other questions. Katie, I've been feeling so discouraged with finding a home. Oh no. There's an area. Is there an area I should focus on and look at? Okay. All right, Katie. Let's see. Now, that full moon, Katie, is in Pisces, remember? So that could reveal, the full moon on the 22nd could reveal to you where it is. So I would not be in despair. These are the cards you picked, or I picked for you. Okay, so let me read them. You haven't found the house yet. The area is going to be defined by loving the house. So I wouldn't go so much about where is it. I would just find the house you like. And then the area will be defined by you. It comes in a 4. A man is going to show it to you. So I don't know if you have a male realtor or not, but it could be the homeowner. But you will find it, and it feels a little east of where you've been looking. So if you've been looking in, let's say, Frederick or Gaithersburg, it feels a little more east of that. And I don't know what the map looks like for Maryland, but it's just a little east. It's not that much east, but a little east of where you've been looking. And remember, it's going to be the house you fall in love with, not the area. The area will define itself once you find the house that you love, and you will. So I think it's going to be within 4 days to 4 weeks. Okay? Let me know. All right. Let's see. Hi, Eileen. I didn't see you creep in there. Hi, Bob. Good to see you. Yep, we did Cancer already, so you'll have to hear it through the play. I'm going to play it back right after. Hi, David. Let's see, any other questions here? Let's see. I just saw a question for Muddy, but okay. The illegal unit I am in has mold and very well may be given 28 days to vacate, and then your question stops. So I'm going to assume that you're interested in wanting to see if you're moving or not and where. Okay. Okay, these are the cards that we're picking for you. Don't worry about upside down cards. They don't mean that much. Okay, let's see what this says. There is mold in the place, so I hope you haven't been getting sick by it. I do see you moving, and it's a hilly place. It may even be closer to mountains, some kind of mountain range. But I don't think the home you're in right now is livable. I really don't. I think a move is in order, and it shows a 4, just like Katie. So I'd say 4 days to 4 weeks. You might be looking at something else. But I think you will move. It looks like a happy move. I think you'll be happy that you did. I also see a brown-haired lady helping you, and maybe she's living with you. I'm not sure. But she certainly is helping you with the move and organizing it. So good luck to you. Gia, let's see, says, I've had readings with you way back when you were reading in Sugarloaf. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Wow, I wish we were back there too. And you're welcome, Christine. I got behind in my, Jen says, I got behind in my bills due to being at the hospital for a month. And then it got lost. Shoot. I wish I'd make this thing different for the questions. There you go. Well, I come into some money to pay back the bills. Okay. Well, Jen, you're an Aries, and Mars is in Virgo right now, should be oomping up the money thing. Then it's going to go into Libra, so that's partnering with money. And that could very well be the people you owe. This card, and this card. Okay, so let's read this. See what the composition means. All right. It looks like you may be in communication with your debtors, your creditors. It looks like if you write them a note or a letter or speak to a supervisor, at least put it on the files, that at least they know why. It looks like if you pay them something, you'll be all right. But it does look like you will catch up within 2 months from now. And again, if you pay them something, it looks like it's going to be all right. I think you may come into some more money through a profession or job, but that looks like in about 3 months from now, 3 weeks to 3 months, you will get a raise, and it looks like a 3. So I would say 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. It's not 3 years, so don't worry about it. You'll catch up, but I would alert your creditors and just let them know that you've had this offset with the hospital and that you're trying the best you can, and it's going to be all right in 2 months. Okay, so now burn your green candle. You all know about the green candle. My goodness, if you know me, you know all about burning green candles for money. And you just, get the green candle, a 9-incher, and cut 7 little notches in it, and you burn 1 notch a night at the same time. And you say the words, money come to me every day, come to me in every way. And it usually brings money. Hasn't failed me yet. All right. Okay. See what other questions we may have. Oh God, am I going to get a raise? Been there a year now, still waiting. Okay. Oh God, I don't know what it is with your work stuff, but you always get, kind of jilted at work, don't you? Let's pick some cards here. That might be where you have your Neptune in your career house. This is one card. This is a second card. This is a second card. Okay. It shows a 6. So I would say, yeah, you're coming into more money. I would say your company is cheap. I think it's maybe a lady that the raise comes from. I don't know if you're working for a lady, but it comes down from a woman. And I would say probably 6 weeks, not 6 months. So in 6 weeks, it looks like almost near the end of the year, you get a raise. So I think that there will be some other people that will raise Cain about not getting a raise either, but it looks like a 6. All right. Yeah, I thought you'd like these Irish cards, Katie. Let's see who else. Anyone else with questions? Just looking here. Linda, you say you have a question. Let's see where it is. Just looking for Linda's question. Eileen, I'll get back to you. Linda, could you rewrite your question? Because you said you had one, but I don't see it. Eileen, though I have it a brick wall financially and spiritually, what do I need to do to be who I am created to be? Okay, good question. All right. Okay, Eileen, that's one card. That's your second card. And your last card. Okay. All right, whatever this is that you've hit, it's just temporary. It looks like in 3 weeks you'll be feeling like your old self again. You might have been feeling a little depressed or just not with the program. I think we all can say that. It looks to me like you might have a visit from a male. I don't know whether it's a son or a friend, a male friend, but that's going to be a big pick-me-up. It looks like a visit from a male, and that is kind of getting you out of the funk. Also, there looks like a new way of transportation coming to you. I don't know if you've been thinking about getting a new car or going on a trip, but it would be more road trip, or if it's a trip, or by rail, but it would be on the ground or bus. So it looks like you're going to kind of have these things spring up by events, and it will get you out of this, you know, kind of funk that you've been in. And I commiserate with you greatly because, you know, I think we've all been kind of feeling a little like, why bother? But yeah, you'll get out of it, and I'd say 2 to 3 weeks from now. So hang in there, do your meditation, think positive, and do what you need to do for yourself. Bubble bath. But you haven't had one of those in a while, and it'll all pass. All right, Linda, it feels as though, oh, that was for Linda, okay. I'm sorry. It went, okay, Linda, that was for you. Just take, I don't know why they do the Facebook like they do, but it's very difficult to read. And if that applies to you, Eileen, take it, you know. Tina, I want to know about my health and also my business. Scared to touch it because I'll lose it. Thanks. Okay, Tina. All right, this card, like the horse, this card, and this card. All right. Wow, I mean, it really looks like into the deeper fall, things get really starting to go with your business, Tina. You know, you might have had a dry run through the summer, but, you know, most of the planets were in retrograde. The big planets were in retrograde, so you probably did not get that much action, but it looks like the fall is much better, October on to the end of the year. It looks great. I don't know if you do anything with food, but food comes up a lot in your cards, so I don't know how that plays in, but it does look like that's going to play in a lot. Okay, Olga, am I going... Let's see here. Am I going to, oh yeah, we did that. Okay, sorry. Okay. Bev, I see a question for Bev. Okay, good night, Bev. Thank you for being here. Let's see what else we have here. Anybody else with questions? Anybody else? Kimberly, I have been looking for a job. When will the right one come along? Okay. this card, this card, this card. All right. 3 to a 4 is the timing. That would be 3 to 4 days to 3 to 4 weeks. Looks like a lot of money at one time. I wonder what that is. They may even be paying for you for something up front. It looks like a whole lot of money up front, unless you win the Powerball for something. But that would be in a couple weeks from now. The fall looks good for you. And you're good with your hands. But the job may have something to do with research or looking up things, being in the background, being assistant to somebody else, doing the legwork, if that makes sense to you. That's what it looks like to me, but you enjoy it immensely, and you can have a lot of independence in this job. So keep on plugging with that, and don't get frazzled with the Mercury retrograde. You will get a job, okay? So it's what did I say, a 3 to a 4, it looks like. All right. How's Ricky doing, Olga? No, Martha, I didn't see your question. Can you rewrite it again? Sorry. This Facebook thing is just annoying, really, to try to get questions. This card, Olga. This card. This card. All right. Ricky, don't know what his birthday is, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be given a gift. I don't know if his birthday's coming up, but Ricky looks safe. You know, I would say Ricky's safe and doing what he needs to do to make his situation better. And at the end of the ordeal, it looks, whatever he's, oh, okay, thanks, Virgo. Whatever he's doing, he's going to come into some money at the end of all his endeavors, and we talked about all that Virgo stuff going on, so he's safe. It looks like he's safe. He's gone through his endeavors. He's going through his endeavors right now. I didn't know he passed away. I'm so sorry. But it looks like he may be going through a life review at this point. That's what I would get out of. He's going through his endeavors, and he's safe. Okay, so he's fine. And I would say he's going through a life review. I'm so sorry. My sister passed on. How is she doing? Can you give me a name, Tina? Let's see. While Tina's getting me a name, Martha says, my son-in-law needs clearance from the police department so he can go back to his post. When will the doctor from the police give him that? Okay, let's see. Okay, it's this card. This card, and this card. Okay. Looks like a 2. I'd say 2 weeks to 2 months, somewhere in that bracket. But I think it's more like 2 weeks. So that will be very good for him. Wow. Okay. My son-in-law needs clear. Oh, that's Martha. Okay, Martha, I did your question. Jeez, like I say, it's so hard to read on this thing. Tina, what is your, did she say your sister's first name, Tina? Let me find it. Oh, Felicia. Okay, let's see what Felicia's up to. This card. This card. This card. What I'm seeing in this is that she's very either worried or something to do with your mom. Either your mom's with her or she's worried about your mom. It's one or the other. I do see a dog. It's not a real tiny dog, but it would be considered small. It might be black and white or brown and white that she has. I don't know if that means anything to you. She's dancing and showing me she loves music, and she's happy. And she wants you to be happy. And she will see you again. But she's, I think, worried about your mom or something about your mom. So I'm not sure. You say she is with... She is with her. Okay, good. Okay. Eileen, I did have a question about flash flood victims I have been working with this past week. Good for you. Is this going to be successful? Okay. Yeah, the minute you touch the screen, the questions disappear. So, all right, Eileen, you got this card. This card, and this card. Okay, you've always been the server. I remember back in the social service days, you've always been quite the server. You'll continue to do this work. I see also you do it turning into something else if you want it. It could be like an office type thing. If you want it, that's going to be up to you. But it could turn into that. But right now you're doing fine and people are appreciating your service. And just keep up with what you're doing. But Linda is going to contact you soon. The name Linda I see in your cards. So it will be a happy meeting with a Linda. Or maybe it's a new friend that is named Linda. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm a medium too, Tina. Let's see. Martha, we got everybody. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and you're so welcome, Martha, and you're so welcome, Tina. Well, that about wraps us up for tonight. I don't see any other questions, but thank you for coming in to our monthly live. We will see you again next month. Thank you so much for tuning in and being with me. I always love this group. And you have a good month ahead. Ashe, aho, namaste, aloha. Till we meet again. And don't forget that I do my weekly Astro News weekly every week with my Luna. So I'll see you this Monday. God bless. Stay safe until we meet again.